Hey y'all, today I finally put the rear airlift bumper on the Humvee. It's only been sitting in my garage for about a year. My name is Andrew and this is the OK Humvee. All right, so today we're going to put on the rear airlift bumper. You may have noticed there's no Humvee back there. It's because it's sitting outside getting ready for that guy. Had to do some stuff to prep for that. Hopefully that's going to happen this weekend. So for you guys, it means one of the next videos, if all goes to plan. But today, we're gonna dive into this. This is the mounting brackets and hardware from Plan B Supply. Also, if you watched the last video, I still have the blocks for the fuel tank and then this plate and bracket. So I already put the other plates on the truck. They hang off the back. Then these mount to that and hold this plate across the back to cover up the gap between the bumper that I will be putting on and the body. So my hopes to get all of this done for today's video so that we can get that tighten down all the body mounts before we go to put the motor back in, so that that's all done and ready to go. So this has been sitting in my garage. I have not opened it yet, so we shall see. They used a lot of tape, which I appreciate because half the time I get boxes with Humvee stuff and they're just torn to shreds. All right, let's see. Dang, these are very well packaged and it's labeled, so I bet there's instructions. The hardtop kit came with fantastic instructions, so I'll just try to get everything out of the box real quick. It's kind of like when you go to the butcher to pick up meat and it's like all packaged really well. Or this could be drugs, who knows? At least that's what they look like on TV. Dang, remember when I said it came with nice instructions? Nice instructions in a cool little plastic bag. And I'm pretty sure I still have my hardtop instructions somewhere that I'll probably add to that just so I have them. Golly. Bumper hardware. A lot of it. Good grief. All right, got a lot of things. All right, 2 14s, 2 15s, tiny little 16, 2 17s, 2 18s, and the hardware. It's almost sad that I'm gonna get these instructions dirty because I've already got my hands dirty this morning. So they do sell this kit with their bumper. I already had the bumper. It's a takeoff from Mod Mafia had it, and I was down in Houston, so I picked that up probably a year ago. This one's the reinforced one. I guess I'm going to keep that on. We'll see if it works with this kit. But he went ahead and sent me the instructions, even though I was just buying the hardware. They sent me the whole kit for well, all the instructions for their full kit. So appreciate that. So I guess what I'll do is show you these instructions, and then we'll unwrap as we go as needed. So step 1, install bumper mount brackets to frame as shown below. It seems pretty straightforward, but I've said that on this channel before. All it takes is one stuck cotter pin to ruin your day. And there you go. That's how it should look-ish. There's mine. Ignore this mess. There's a lot going on. But here's my bumper. Let's get started. Ooh, probably need to start by taking off stuff that's on, ow, what's on the back of the truck. I can't see anything out here. As I was talking about earlier, when I did the lift, it came with these little brackets. That's what that plate will mount to across here. But I've got to take some of this stuff out. So I don't know what all I need, but we'll find out. Okay, so the first step on this list is the mounting brackets that each have 4 of the 5-inch bolts. So that is part number 18 and 17. So 18 is the inner bumper mount. It looks like this. Wow, these are all nice and powder coated. I think that's a factory military part. We'll get one of these open. I had some of these. Mod Mafia also gave them to me. They were takeoffs that came with the bumper, but these are much nicer and brand new. No rust. Ooh-wee. Look at those welds. They're sturdy. So, the way these will work, let's see. I'm gonna open up this second set. So I'm gonna take off what's on my truck and replace it with all this nice, pretty new brackets and bolts, because why not? So, if you have a bumper and you want hardware, reach out to Plan B. They took care of me. Even though they don't advertise this, I reached out to them and just asked, hey, can I just buy the hardware? Actually, I asked for the brackets first, and I was going to source my own hardware, but they already provide it for their kits. So I'm glad I went ahead and got the hardware. It'll make this a lot easier. So, all right, let's go see what we need to do. See what we need to take off to be able to put these on. Okay, I'm outside and it's crazy bright, so I don't want you to think I'm not dedicated. Let's try to show you what I'm doing. But basically, I may get one shot at showing this. So, right there, we're gonna replace both of those, including what's holding the body up. So as you can see, where the body mount is on that lift, right there, that's where my shackles were. Obviously there's no bolt holes. This will go in place there, and this will bolt up one of these ways. And then you've got 4 mounting holes here for the bumper. So let's try to start doing that. Golly, that's super good. I don't love that. My tools do suck. Will was right. Ha! What are the chances? All right, I'm gonna use this little Husky 1 1/8 chrome socket on the breakover bar, since I know they've already broken loose. Impact socket that won't go on the impact. We're gonna see if we can break this loose. Can you even see this? A hot dog. But I believe we're replacing those. I could be wrong. It's hard to retain information that you're reading when you're also thinking about actually doing it and setting up the camera and all of that. So let's see, before I take this off, what is that supporting? Maybe just this cross piece. That can't go anywhere. This is already loose and the body is supported. I left these, let's see, loose. Oh, this is the bracket. Again, another reason to leave that loose, but that's all gotta come off. So, back at it. You know that feeling where it all of a sudden starts spinning freely and you don't know if you have turned the bolt into cheese and it's falling apart or if it's successful? This one was successful. But that moment of fear never goes away. All right. Just because I don't know if there's gonna ever be any weight, stick one of those back in there. And next we're gonna go to these, which are thankfully, actually, yeah, we're gonna go to those because I have shade right now. I don't know how I'm gonna get to those and be on camera, so I may not be on camera for this, so I'm just gonna stop it. And if you see me, you'll see me. My hat's already dirty, but I don't want to get it more dirtier. All right. Lucky for me, my driveway is super clean. No, it isn't. So not an 18. They're not a 19. They're bigger than a 19. It's probably something I don't have. Bigger than a 3/4, but smaller than a 13/16.
All it takes is one bolt to ruin your day. Oh, goodness, finally. Of course. You want to watch me strip this bolt out? Just like that. Well, I got the paint off.
Okay, so I think
These are actually 3/4, but with all the paint, they just won't take a socket. Let's see if this will fit on there now. Yes. There we go. Now all the paint is stripped off. I bet a socket would fit, but we're not gonna risk it because we've got a system that's working. Oh man, we got another side to do too. Spent probably 30 minutes on this, and it's ended up gonna be like 30 seconds of video, but so is YouTube. Okay. All right. Wow, what a fun time that was. Did I already take that out? All right. That was fun. So this will go in my other mount. So I want to put the new one in, and then we'll tackle that side. Bumper only needs to be mounted on one side, right? Well, my sunshade kept falling into me, so this may not look great, but so we have some nice new grade 8 hardware. Let's see, what did I take off last? That. So I'll start there. We're gonna feed them there, and then their holes. And then that goes on there as such, I believe. God, that is so much easier to get to the bolts. Let me show you real quick. So, I know you saw me fighting with the other one. This one, you can get to the bolts from the side. So the bumper will be here, but I can just hop in there. These close off on the side. You had to go in that tiny little crevasse. Hey, nice job, Plan B. Or whoever designed these. I don't know if this was how the military ones work, but I ain't complaining. So I got my washer, my lock washer. Wow, I bet my sure enough. Looky there. I don't know what the torque specs are on these, but I'm guessing it's just really freaking tight. We'll leave that loose so that we can adjust it a little bit later. Okay. So that's in there. Go ahead and put these others in, tighten them, we'll set the body down, take the tension off. So that'll compress and we can tighten that up. Does that work for you? Sure. Smartest thing you've said all day. Smartest thing I've said all day is I'm gonna see what size these bolts are before ha. This is the official way. You just poke around until you find something that fits. I've got space. Got a 19, and wouldn't you know it, they made them this thing. Thank you guys. So let's do 19 boxed in wrench on that side. Impact with the deep well on this side. Make sure to torque these down to the exact torque specs, which in my guesstimation would be about there. So that's there solid. Let's do the exact same thing. Okay, time for a quick update. Man, we are almost in the shade, but I don't want to wait because I kind of forgot to record. So this part, man, went way faster than that first one. Once I figured out bolt sizes, I just ran a size bigger, knocked the paint off, put a, I think it was a 3/4 or 19 or whatever. Pulled them bad boys right out. Got the new hardware, the new brackets mounted in there. And then that was super easy. So then I also had to remove this guy. So this is in the middle. It's stuck out a little bit. I may have some video of that, but it was right in here. So luckily I didn't have to take that, there were 2 bars left. So once I took these brackets off that were holding it on to begin with, there was only 1 bolt there, 1 bolt over here. Just put a jack stand under it and lowered the whole thing down. And so if anybody wants that, keep an eye out on Facebook Marketplace in Oklahoma. All right, on to the next step. So the brackets are on. Next thing we've got to do is these brackets, which is, I think it's those. These are
Really nice. These are the long ones. These are the short ones. So I've already got the hardware, some nice grade 8 hardware, some great directions. I am gonna have to take mine off in order to get all these bolts in. Luckily this one is not rusty. However, mine has this reinforcement sleeve on it. Yeah, there it is. So, I don't know that I'm going to be pulling anything that would require that. But I also don't know what the condition is underneath it. So, I like how clean it looks without it. So, we'll see. I have to take the Pintle hitch off anyways. I may just take those off and see how she looks. And go from there. But yeah, so like I said, I've got to do these 2 brackets, and then we'll lift it up, bolt all that in, and then we've got these longer outside brackets, which is those guys. Those go here on the outside, and then we're done with this part. So yeah. All right, so I got to take these 4 bolts out and the castle nut off the back. And I think I am going to try to take this extra plate off. So I like how clean it looks without it. I'm not going to be towing anything that requires me to have the extra reinforcement. So we'll see what happens. First things first, we're going to take these cotter pins out. These pins are pretty clean, so I'm going to try to reuse them. So I don't know if my little Harbor Freight cotter pin box came with any of that large. So when I forget where I put these, I can go back and look at the video and see that they're right there. Normally my garage isn't this messy, but I was running late last night. I had to pick up my daughter from school, take her to church. I had stuff everywhere. My wife's car wasn't going to fit in the garage, so I just threw it all to one side. Any guesses on what size this is? Smaller than a 32. Looks like a 30. Will do.
Okay, I'm gonna lean this over onto something. Maybe just that dead low. Yeah, it's dirty, but I like it better. Straight beam across. This will be another addition to the please come take my junk pile. We're going to retire this old hardware and use the new grade 8 bolts that came with the kit. They do appear to be the same length, but these are new and they say USA. So we're going to use them. Perfect. These are also a 19. That is still very greased. I regret touching that. Oh, hello plates. Oh, it's got a grease cert on it. That's with a cap. Wow. So you can grease that guy. Oh, but before I put that on, I don't think these are side specific, but they are front and back specific. So obviously the 2 bolts to 1. This is on the frame rail. This is right here. No. Dose. See, this is why I left all this stuff here so I could rest it. Okay. Well, I don't need to tighten these yet because they're all cattywampus. So when you do this, make sure not to do what I did, tighten them down, or you'll just have to loosen them. That's what I get for talking while doing this. Same thing happens when I'm driving. I don't talk when I drive, because when I do, I end up in the wrong town. All right, so next step, fasten bumper to brackets on frame using indicated hardware. It's 12 of these here bolts that we've been using. We've got our cross members in loose so we can tighten those up later. And yeah, next step is to lift this up on the truck. It's a little sketchy. Okay. It worked better than I had expected. Ha! Would you looky there. Okay, now let's see if we can throw a few of these bolts in there. I don't have very far to go up, but it is a little off center. So she's gonna have to scoot a little bit. That's where you just gotta sacrifice your body. Maybe this is why I feel so old all the time. Okay, not too bad. I got a couple bolts in on each side. I doubt it's level yet. I don't know the best way to level it. Guess I could measure from here to here and there to there. Oh, I should probably move this too. One thing at a time. All right, so I got the bumper on. I did have a little gap right in there next to the frame, and it came with these little shims. So I don't know if you can see that. I did use a shim, so I had to take those 4 bolts back out, but I gotta say, I love how easy it is to get to these. They're just right there, 19s. So I need to do these brackets, left these loose so they can go in because we have the outside cross member that'll come here. So then we can finish up this piece that goes here. There's those other little brackets. There's factory holes right here. Just take these bolts out. And then, oh, and I gotta move my trailer hitch wiring. But man, feels like I did something today. Okay, so as mentioned before, these are those cross member pieces. The 1 bolt hole goes here and secures both of these through the frame rail with some nice grade 8 hardware. So, step number 4, fasten bumper support brackets and support brackets to Humvee using indicated hardware. So, almost there. I know I've mentioned this before, but I really appreciate how Plan B has all their hardware numbered and labeled in individual baggies. For someone as scatterbrained as me, it makes a huge difference. Seems right, so we're gonna go with it. And always move it later. Need an assistant to hand me things. I had an assistant. It would have been done hours ago. That's okay. Joy's in the journey or something like that. Well, I'm ready for a pit stop in this journey. Actually, I'm ready for this journey to take off. I'm ready to drive this thing. Okay. I don't know if I said this yet or not. I was gonna paint the bumper, but one, that's a little too much work for today, and two, I don't know if I want to go gloss black on all the accents or bed liner. I don't know, too big of a commitment today when I don't know what I'm gonna do with the rest of the truck. So that's why it's going on like this. But at least it's on. I can check another thing off the list. There are a lot of cobwebs and spider webs on this bumper though. Maybe I should have cleaned it out. I wonder how many spiders are living inside it. I would not want to rear end this. I would also not like to be in it while it's rear ended, but I would also not like to rear end it. Okay, tighten these up and go take a nap. Who am I kidding? I have a 2-year-old. I won't be taking any naps anytime soon. Oh, I can also tighten these up. Don't let me forget that. Sweet. Okay, so bumper is on. Bumper's on. Time for this plate and this thing. And a drink. This is missing something, so I'll have to fab up some kind of bracket, find one, but it seems pretty sturdy with just those bottom two. So we're gonna go with that for now. All right, we got these brackets, plates that go across, and this is the thing that did not come with instructions. So we're just gonna wing it. There are bolts under there. Well, my camera died during that one. But as you can see, got the bumper on, got that little plate. To be honest, I don't love the way it looks. So I may rework that someday. Also, it didn't come with enough bolts to do these brackets here on the end. So, but it's done. And the bumper's on. All the brackets are there. And one less thing to trip over as I'm walking through the garage. Bumper, very happy with. Spacer, meh. I have to come up with another solution. But yeah, there we go. Well, there you have it. The rear airlift bumper is finally on. I can't tell you how many times I've tripped over that in the garage over this last year. Thanks again to Mod Mafia for the bumper, Plan B supply for the brackets and the hardware. That really made it super easy. Still not sure about this guy yet, but it's on and we'll worry about that later. All the body bolts are tightened, so next step is motor activities. There's a couple things I still need to take off this one before I completely trash it, although it has fallen over in my driveway, making a, was it BP that messed up the Gulf? A little bit of an oil spill. Had it on this little wooden dolly and I was trying to move it and it relocated itself to the ground.
Rear airlift bumper, body bolts, yeah, motor. Hopefully be working on that in the next video. Thanks again for sticking around. Hope that you're enjoying it or can laugh along with my journey. Make sure to like and subscribe, leave me a comment. It really does mean a lot. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.